We are good on Facebook. We are good on YouTube. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Just going to get situated here. Okay, tonight we are doing a restorative yoga practice with our foam roller. So, you have your foam roller with you. You could go ahead and grab it. It's down here. Oh, hey Cam. Got some more coming in. Yay! Miss you guys so much. All right, so if you haven't grabbed a foam roller, go ahead and grab it. You can also use a thick blanket too. I have one of those Mexican blankets, like the yoga blankets. So we can also use that tonight in place of the foam roller or with the foam roller. As you might see here, I have it. So who else we got in? Kim, Jen, hi ladies. Miss you. All right. Okay, so we're gonna move around a little bit to start. Well, first we'll start being nice and relaxed. Oh, you love my blue walls. Oh God, no. These walls. Funny story quickly before we start. So this is the original color. We have not painted this room yet, but downstairs in our living room, we had the people who we bought the house from, they had painted like a dark blue over a hot pink. So we finally painted it about 2 weekends ago, but the hot pink was popping through the dark blue. So yeah, that's the story. So next are these walls. They'll be a nice calm green. Thank you. All right. So tonight we're going to get started just lying back over our foam roller. I hope you guys can hear and see okay. I have my ceiling fan on, so just to keep it a little cool in here. So what we're going to do is sit our butts all the way at the end of the foam roller or your blanket, right? Your blanket can be rolled up like a nice big sushi roll, and you're laying back on that. And then from here, we're just simply going to lie back. Your soles of the feet will be planted on the ground. And if you want some extra chest opening today, you can bring your arms out to a cactus, right? So that's one option. The other option is to bring one hand to the belly or somewhere around there, one hand to the heart. And hello to my YouTube people, if you're on there. And just begin to take some nice big deep breaths in and out through your nose. It has been a week and a half for everybody, right? It's been a long 3 months and a way for us to stop ourselves before we kind of spiral out of control, right? If we have that tendency is to slow down, right? Sometimes we think pushing, we'll get through it, but really we might just need to slow down a little bit. So many thoughts might be going on. Maybe the body's starting to hold tension. So as we go through our restorative practice tonight, keep an affirmation for yourself. And let it be one that is reaffirming to something about yourself. You are strong. You are beautiful. You have patience, whatever it may be. That one's usually one of my affirmations. You're patient. And just let yourself just start to breathe, settling in. And as we move and breathe through our restorative practice, keep your affirmation with you. Let it become your mantra, your repetitive saying. It's almost like a prayer. Beautiful. And we'll take another full, big breath in. And a full breath out. Awesome. Then from here, we'll take the hands towards the sides of the hips on the mat. We're going to do some pelvic tilts while we're on the foam roller. So it is a little challenging not to roll off the foam roller. If you do, it's totally fine. If you're on the blanket, it's a little easier. So from here, we're going to imprint the spine into the roller, tuck your tailbone a little bit, let the shoulders relax, stay open, and then release the tailbone back down into the roller. And again, it's small, small movements. Take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, hug the tailbone in, and then release. Good, a couple more times. Exhale, tailbone hugs in, and then inhale to release. Beautiful. Two more. Exhale to tuck, and then inhale, release. Feel the natural curve. And then exhale to curl in. And exhale, release. Nice. Again, and they were small, small movements. From here, we're going to bring the arms out, right, to a cactus. And if you have, I don't have the space here with the camera and everything, so I'm going to stick with making like V's and W's with my hands. And if you have the space, you can circle your arms, right? Oops. Reaching them up and then down, or again, if you don't have the space for making W's and V's. Keep a natural curve in the back and in the neck. Again, there don't have to be gigantic movements. And then see if you can close your eyes, right? Our body awareness. When we close our eyes, where are we in space? What are we doing? Are we moving off the foam roller a little bit? Did we fall yet? A couple more. Whether you're making circles or the W's, V's and W's. And last time. Good. If you'd like, you can just keep your arms reaching up above the head. Maybe there's a slight bend in the elbows with a nice opening in the front of the chest. And then from here, we're going to slowly, slowly, slowly come to roll off of our foam roller. And then come to lie completely flat on your back and maybe notice a little difference. Ooh, hey, Maria. Yay. Great. So place the soles of the feet back down. Ooh, my back feels a little bit more grounded. I hope yours does too. And just notice, breathe. In our restorative practice, we're not doing, super, super strong poses, but it is just as challenging to stay still, to breathe. From here, let's hug the right knee into the chest. We'll extend the left leg long, if that's okay on your back. And then hug your right knee towards your right armpit. Taking a couple of full breaths. Then we'll bring the right knee back through center. Hold on to the back of your right leg and kick your right heel up to the sky. You can circle your ankle around or point and flex the foot a couple times. And then from here, you're going to take your right leg and just cross it so your foot's in line with your left hip bone or left outer thigh. So it's not a full crossover, it's just a half cross. Keep pressing the hands into the leg into the hands. You might start to feel a stretch down the side of your right leg. Or maybe a little bit deeper in the hamstring. Good. And then as you inhale, come back up. Take your left hand, place it on top of your left hip, and then we'll reach our right leg out to the right. Again, you can point and flex the foot. circle your ankle around. And it's totally fine to have your right elbow resting down. We're aiming for the left hip to be rooted. And on the next inhale, right leg comes back up to center. Give yourself a beautiful, loving hug. And then we'll extend the right leg long on the mat. Notice. And from here, now we'll hug the left knee towards the left armpit. Give it a nice squeeze. And then we'll bring the knee back to center. Now we'll hold on to the back of the left thigh. You can point and flex the foot or circle your ankle around. Again, we're going to start with small movements and then go through a couple of warm-ups, and then we'll really get to the nice juicy stuff. And now we'll take our left leg and cross it slightly over to the right, no further than your right outer hip. Again, point and flex the foot. You might feel it more of a stretch if you flex the foot. Awesome. Then as your inhale, leg comes through center, and then we'll bring our right hand to the right hip. You can let your left elbow rest on the ground and kick your left leg out to the left. Get a little inner thigh stretch here. And then we'll bring the knee back to center. Give your knee a nice hug. And then we'll come to roll all the way over onto one side. And then make our way up to a seated position. Beautiful. So I'm going to sit on top of my roller. You can sit on top of your blanket. So our hips are a little bit higher. We'll do some breaths with our arms. So on your inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, release the hands. And inhale, arms rise, maybe look up to the hands. And exhale, release. Beautiful. 3 more. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale and release. Inhale, arms rise. Maybe you gaze up towards the fingertips. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, arms rise. Now as you exhale, we'll bring the left hand down to the roller or to the ground, and we'll reach the right arm over alongside the ear. Couple deep breaths in and out through your nose. Feel a nice stretch in the side of your right waistline. And then we'll inhale to come back up. Now your right hand will either come to the roller or to the ground. The left arm will sweep up, maybe alongside the ear. Now if this is crunchy in your neck, you can take your hand to the back of the head, or the hand can stay on the hip. Nice, and as we inhale, we'll come all the way back up. Beautiful. From here, extend your right leg long in front of you. And again, if the foam roller is not doing you any good, just come to sit on your butt. And then we'll take the left foot and cross it over the right leg. Our left hand will come back behind us. We're already sitting up like pretty tall thanks to the foam roller. So keep reaching the chest up. And we'll inhale, reach your right arm up, and then as you exhale, it's okay to lean forward to grab hold of the left knee and start to twist. If you have something back behind you, I have this little bench, you can use that for your hand as well. Maybe you have a couch. And your right elbow is hooking over the left knee. Give yourself traction. Couple deep breaths as you inhale, lift up through the spine. As you exhale, gentle twist to the left. Nice, and as you inhale, we'll unwind. We'll take a little counter twist to the opposite side. And then we'll come all the way back up and we'll extend the left leg long. Then we'll take the right foot and cross it over the left leg. Hi, Vanessa. Let's see, our right hand comes back behind, left arm reaches up. Again, maybe you have something behind you, you can grab hold of that with your right hand, gives you a little bit more pull. And then we'll hook the left elbow over the right knee. Keep your chin in line with the breastbone. It's super easy to crank the neck and look over the shoulder, right? That's our natural thing to do. But keep it in line with the breastbone. As you inhale, grow a little taller. As you exhale, little twist. Nice, and as we inhale, we'll unwind, we'll twist to the opposite way. And then we'll come all the way back up. Beautiful. From here, we'll come onto our hands and knees. Keep your foam roller close by or your blanket. Your hands will go directly underneath the shoulders. Knees will go directly underneath the hips. We'll take a couple rounds of cat-cow. On the inhale, look up to the sky, tailbone lifts. And as you exhale, round and press the floor away. Inhale, look up, tailbone to rise. And exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, look up. You got it. Exhale, round. Last time, inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we come back to a neutral spine and we'll step the right foot forward between the hands. I'm just going to spin this way. Right, and then we'll walk the fingertips out in a diagonal to the left. So since we are doing restorative, I'm going to suggest keeping your back knee down. But if you do want to add the extra challenge, you can lift your back knee up off the mat. Just wiggling the hips a little side to side. And try and keep the shoulders out of the ears, right? If you're like me, you always tense up there, but draw them back and down. We're being super kind to ourselves tonight. And then we'll walk the hands through center. Left palm plants underneath the right left shoulder. Right hand will come to the right leg. From here, draw your shoulders back, and maybe your right arm reaches up. If you want, you could take the shoulder stretch and bring your right hand to the low back. Couple deep breaths in and out. And then we'll inhale, reach your right arm back up, and exhale, release it down, and we'll switch sides. So now the left foot will step forward. We'll walk the fingertips out in a diagonal to the right. Again, right knee's down or lifted. And gently wag the hips side to side. Back knee lift, always an option. Nice, and then as you inhale, hands come back to center. Right palm plants underneath the right shoulder. Left hand will start on your left knee. Draw both shoulders back, twist open to your left. And then either the left arm reaches up to the sky, or if you want the extra shoulder stretch, left hand to the low back. Look up to the sky if that's okay on your neck. Taking another full inhale. As you exhale, come back to all fours. And we'll spread the fingertips wide. Couple more cat-cows. Inhale to look up. Exhale and round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Last time, inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Beautiful. On the inhale, we come back to a neutral spine. And we'll tuck the toes under, and you'll either take puppy pose, right? You want to stick with more restorative, fingertips walk out. You let your forehead rest down, or we come back into down dog. So you'd spread wide through the fingertips, and then lift the hips up and back to down dog. If you're in down dog, Pedal your feet out, shake the head, yes and no. If you're in puppy pose, keep breathing. Nice, no matter which pose you're in, keep breathing. That's the whole point. Nice big inhales, full exhales. And if you're in down dog, we'll steady the feet. From here, you'll inhale to rise up onto the toes, look between the hands, and as you exhale, feet will walk to the top of the mat. On the inhale, bring your hands to your shins, lift and lengthen halfway. And as you exhale, you'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. On the inhale, we'll sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, we'll fold back towards the mat. So again, we move a little bit so then when it comes time to rest, we can really, really rest. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms sweep all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, fold. Nice. Two more. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Last time, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Beautiful. As you exhale, we'll fold and step back to down dog. We'll just take 2 vinyasas, but we'll do it very slow. On the inhale, roll forward to a plank. Then as you exhale, bend the elbows, maybe lower to the knees and then lower to the belly. Untuck the toes. We'll press into the hands to lift the chest up to cobra. Again, no rush. And then as you exhale, we make our way back up through all fours and then down dog. Inhale, high up onto the toes, look between the hands. Exhale, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Last time, exhale, we'll fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to down dog. Forward to a plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Good. Inhale, chest to rise to cobra. And as you exhale, come back to down dog. And we'll take a couple breaths in down dog. Once again, you can pedal the feet out. Or you can stick with puppy pose, whichever feels best. And then as you exhale, we'll lower the knees back to the mat. Awesome. And now we're going to grab our foam roller. So here's where our real fun begins. All right, so we'll take child's pose with the foam roller. So what we'll do is kneel behind the foam roller. And from here, sit your hips back, and then you're going to bring your arms onto the foam roller. So a couple options. You can stay here, your knees. I think it's more comfortable having knees wide. Maybe if you just ate dinner too. Let your belly be there. So you can let your head rest on the foam roller. That's option one. The other option is to take your hands into a prayer position. Walk your elbows in just a little bit closer towards one another, and then let your forehead rest on the roller. Maybe the hands come behind the head or somewhere around there. right? And we'll take about a minute here. So if it becomes too uncomfortable for you at any point, please just go to a normal child's pose or down dog. This is just another way to open through the chest. You can also walk your elbows out a little further and let your head hang and dangle if you have long upper arms. A couple deep breaths in and out through the nose. You feel a nice stretch in the back of the arms, maybe. Even an opening in the front of the chest. A couple more full inhales and deep exhales. About another 20 seconds or so here. Awesome. And then we're slowly make your way back up. Beautiful. Okay. Now we'll take pigeon with our foam roller. Oh boy. So if the foam roller is too high for you, you can also use the blanket. It might be a little lower. So how we will do that, we are going to step our right foot forward. Hi, Frankie. So right foot steps forward. The foam roller is going to be between the legs. So let your right shin come down. And then scoot your foam roller a little bit more underneath your right butt. Once you get it there, you'll feel a little sturdier. First, start up on the fingertips. Lift up through your chest. And then as you exhale, if it's okay, start to lower down to your elbows. Right? And you'll be like, oh, this pigeon isn't so bad. And again, we rest. That's what our restorative practice is. It's a resting practice. From here, your hand position, you can either stay up on the elbows. You can also take your hands into a prayer position. I'm just going to scoot back a little bit. You can take your hands into a prayer position and bring your thumbs to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, and use that. You get a nice sinus release or tension headache release when you do that. Taking a couple full inhales, couple full exhales. So what the foam roller does is, for most of us, I'll just tell you guys, just, as you hang out here and breathe. So what the foam roller does when it's underneath our hip, it acts as a prop, obviously, right? And it lifts the hip up. So we're not struggling to get the hip down to the ground. It essentially brings the ground up and closer towards us. And this is an awesome modification too. If you ever go to a live yoga class, which I'm sure many of you have, and you struggle in a pigeon pose, you can grab a blanket and do just the same thing as you prop it right up underneath your right butt. And from here, if you wanted to add on just a little bit, you can walk your elbows out and over to the left a little bit, or you can walk them over to the right a little bit. Get a little different stretch through the hip. If you're off to one side, you can switch over to the other side. Awesome. And we'll bring the hands all the way back up. It's kind of interesting how to get out of this, but you'll slowly make your way back up. You can shimmy that left foot back in, go back to all fours, and then we switch. So now your left shin will come forward. Walk your left foot out to the right. and then let the knee drop down. And do this slowly. Right, and then you move the foam roller to wherever it felt most comfortable for you. You start out on the fingertips, broaden through the chest. Nice full inhale. And then as you exhale, begin to lower to the elbows. Right, again, you could take your hands to prayer, thumbs at the third eye, space between the eyebrows, or you can stack your fists or forearms and let yourself relax down. We'll be here for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So if you need to wiggle around a little bit, go ahead and then see if you can just tune in to your breath. Let the weight of gravity naturally guide you down. If you liked to walk your elbows off to one side, you are more than welcome to do that again. If you're stuck with one side, maybe you rock over to the other side. Take another breath in and out. And then we'll very slowly make our way all the way back up. Good. Awesome. All right. So now we're going to set up for, I forgot to do bridge before. Oh, well, we'll do that later. So now we're going to set up for a lying back over the foam roller. However, this time, our butt will be off the roller. If you have a pillow or something, when we go back and do this and you feel like it's just a little too harsh for your back, you can take your blanket or a pillow and you can prop it up underneath your roller, and it just gives it a little height. It's a little less extreme for the back. Normally we do this with big pillowy bolsters, but our foam rollers are just as good. So I'm going to keep my blanket there, but again, you don't have to. From here, you're going to sit your low back, right, or little flat part of the back, right in front of the foam roller. Your butt's on the ground. From here, you'll slowly, slowly, slowly start to lean back on your roller. Good. And then from here, extend the feet out for just a moment. Get your back situated. Another option too, if this curve in your low back is too extreme, place something underneath your butt, right? A pillow, a blanket. And from here, I always like to encourage you to turn your palms to face upward, so that way we have an opening in the front of the chest instead of like right, when your palms are face down. It's not closing off of the chest, but palms face up. Allow the heads of the arm bones to root back. Let's take a moment here, breathe. Notice if you need to place a pillow underneath the roller, because we'll be here for a little bit. From here, we're going to go into a tree pose, but we're not balancing today. We're letting it be relaxing. So your right knee will slide up your left leg, right? So the inside edge of your right foot is either on the left calf, maybe the left knee, or if you can inch it up a little higher, that's cool too. And again, it may not feel like much is going on. but we are opening beautifully through the front body, the chest, the right hip, right thigh. Another option with your arms, you could take them out to a cactus. If you have a blanket underneath the roller, you might get a little prop support there. Let me just breathe. This is so good to do for your back, your posture. And allow your breath to soothe you. Take about another 30 seconds or so relaxing in this position. I like to give you timers so you don't think the video cut off, right, or that I froze. And now we'll extend the right leg long on the mat, and then we'll switch sides. So now your left foot will come in. And again, if you need to rearrange, I need to rearrange a little bit. So if you need to rearrange, you can move your blanket. If you're good where you are, stay where you are. So now we're on tree pose on the left side. Right, so I started getting a little achy in my back, so now I'm going to prop my butt up on the blanket. And that should help. Again, arms out to cactus, or allow the palms to face up alongside of the legs. Once again, feel the beautiful opening through the pelvis, the left thigh, inner thigh, the belly, the chest, the shoulders. Take another couple of deep breaths in and out through our nose here. And then from here, we'll take both soles of the feet together, and your knees will knock outwards. This time, if you can, bring one hand to the belly or one hand to the ribs, one hand to the low belly. Notice your breaths. Full inhales, deep exhales. Both inner thighs are open. And as you inhale, feel the belly rise, lift the hands. And then as you exhale, feel with your hands how everything gently draws inward. If you'd like, you can reach the arms above the head. That also feels nice too. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet back together. Again, if you need any adjustments, you could go ahead and make them. And from here, take your feet mat width distance apart. And then we'll let the knees knock over to the right. It's okay if you feel like you're gonna fall off your foam roller, I do too. Let your knees knock over to the right. Keep your left shoulder aiming towards rooting, right? So we're in this like windshield wiper position. If you'd like, if it's available, I'm just gonna switch ways so you can see. You might be able to grab hold of your left foot with your left hand, and you give yourself a little quad stretch. You place your foot on the outer left hip, right? That's an option too. Give you a nice gentle twist. Again, it's natural to feel like you're leaning over to one side a little bit. Beautiful. And then as you inhale, we'll slide our feet back to mat width distance apart, and then we'll let them lock over to the left. Again, you might want to grab hold of your right foot with your right hand and pull that right foot towards the right hip. Get an extra quad stretch. If that's not comfy, stick with the feet, mat width distance, and knocking. Relax your jaw, relax your cheeks, relax even the space between your eyebrows, and forehead. Awesome. Then from here, we'll slowly bring the legs back to center. Very good. And we'll come to roll very carefully off one side. And once you come to lie flat down, you might want to do a couple pelvic tilts because that was you're in a back bend for a pretty long time. So just to neutralize the spine, do a couple pelvic tilts. Even notice how your spine is right now. You might feel like you're a little bit more rooted towards the ground. It's a beautiful thing. And then from here, we'll move into a bridge pose with our roller. This is a restorative bridge. So you'll go ahead and pick up your roller, and you'll place it between your feet and your butt. And from here, you'll wrap the roller with your fingertips. You'll peel the hips up and then bring the roller to your low back, right? That little space that we were just leaning the roller against, the flat part of the low back. Your hands can rest on the roller. We have a couple options here. So you can stay with the soles of the feet flat, just feeling a beautiful opening in the front of the hips, the belly. Again, we keep a natural curve in the back of the neck. Or if you want to take it a little further, again, these are just options. You can extend your legs out. Right, for me and my back, that's not comfy, but for some people, this is like, oh my gosh, heaven. So everybody's different. So you take this pose however you'd like. Couple more deep breaths. And then we'll lift both feet up off the mat. You're going to have to engage your belly a little bit. And we're just going to rock the knees side to side. Massaging out our low back, maybe our upper glutes. Move as slow and as carefully and gently as you can. Beautiful. And then we'll steady the legs. Hug your right knee in towards your chest, right? That doesn't actually have to get there. Still keep your nice curve in the low back. And then we'll extend the left leg out. But don't let your left foot drop down towards the ground. Keep it lifting just a teensy bit up off the ground. You might start to feel a stretch in the front of your left hip. And then you can shake your left leg a little side to side or lift and lower the heel a couple times, like itty bitty movements. Itty bitty. And now let the left heel drop all the way down. Let it relax. And then we'll switch sides. So now the left knee will come into the chest. Extend the right leg out. Let it hover. Think of reaching your right leg towards whatever is in front of the foot. Right? Just reaching it nice and long, and then you can gently swing the leg a little side to side. Or you can lift it up and down a couple times. And then we'll let the right heel completely relax. Awesome. And then from here, both knees will come back to the chest. We'll take a supported shoulder stand. So you might want to rock your foam roller just a little bit higher on the low back as the feet reach up towards the sky. This pose is amazing for circulation of the legs, the feet, your ankles. This is really good to do before you go to bed at night. You can even just do this up the wall. Do legs up the wall or legs up a chair, a couch, whatever you can. If you have restless leg syndrome, this is amazing to do before you go to sleep. And it helps to calm our nervous system. A couple more full inhales, deep exhales. And then slowly bring your knees back into the chest. Place your feet one at a time back on the ground. Lift the hips up, remove the foam roller from underneath you. Again, let the back slowly meet back to the mat. Maybe you have any aches, you can, I hope not, but you can do some pelvic tilts. Awesome. And then we're gonna make our way over to one side and then slowly make our way up to seated for one of two of our last poses. All right. From here, you're going to take your foam roller, whichever way on your mat, and we're going to start with our right hip in front of the roller. So the roller is an extension of our right hip. If you need to prop your roller up again, you can grab your blanket, place it underneath your roller. This is also nice to have for your elbows as well. So your fingertips will frame your foam roller. You lift up through your chest. Twist your belly over to the right. Again, the right hip is by the roller. And then from here, you're going to walk your hands down towards the roller, and you'll completely lie flat or somewhat flat on top of your roller. And your cheeks can turn in whichever way direction feels good, right? You might want to look over towards your left. Some people like to look over towards the right. It's really up to you and what's comfortable. If you have your blanket, you can scoot it a little bit closer to you to prop your elbows up. And we'll rest here, let the eyes close. Let everything relax. And when we practice twists in our yoga practice, I'm just going to come up and start to talk down there. So you guys stay there. So when we practice twists in our yoga practice, it's a dual, it's a pose that has dual actions, right? So your belly, it helps with your digestive system because it's putting a little bit of pressure on the digestive system, relieves any built up, we'll call it tension. But it also in the same tone, so that's your fiery spot, your belly, and the watery part, your back, right? It helps to stretch the back out, create space, the muscles alongside the spine. But attitudinally, twists give us both beautiful benefits. If you are feeling very lethargic, low energy, you would focus on the fire or just the warmth in the belly, right? And if you're feeling super, super, super high energy, like the energy is coming out of your head and shooting towards the sky, it helps to bring our emotional level back to a more stable state. So it's a beautiful pose for pretty much everybody to do. It doesn't have to be a crazy standing twist. It's even as simple as laying over a pillow or a foam roller does the trick as well. And then from here, very slowly make your way all the way back up. Awesome. And we'll switch sides. So now you'll sit your left hip in front of the roller. Take your time. Right, we did a lot of actually back bending today, which is heart opening, which instills confidence and all that kind of stuff. So it's nice to end with a fold and a twist. So now your left hip is in line with the foam roller. Fingertips will frame the roller. From here, start to twist from the belly, right? Find that little fire as your back starts to stretch, and then we walk our hands down, walk the elbows down. And again, turn your cheek to whichever side feels most comfortable for you. Taking the nice full inhales, deep exhales. And let this twist serve you on this side, just as it did on the first side, wherever you need either the energy boost or maybe you need the fire, or the calming, the fluidity, stretching. Take another full inhale, another full exhale. And then on the inhale, slowly make your way back up. Awesome. All right. Let's take another child's pose with our foam roller or blanket, whatever you have. It's all good. So again, you can either just keep your arms reaching out on the roller, or you can do your elbows down, hands behind the head, whatever works for you. We'll take a couple breaths. Again, just taking another forward fold to balance out our practice. We'll very slowly roll ourselves back up. And now we'll start to set up for a Shavasana. So I will demonstrate a couple options with the foam roller. You can pick any of them, or you can just lie completely flat back with no props, no nothing. So take a moment. I'll show you a couple options. So with the foam roller, you can lie back flat over it, like we did at the beginning of class. Okay, where you sit your butt at the top or at the end of the roller, and very slowly walk your way down and rest here. You can also bring the soles of the feet together. You're just going to be a little wobbly, which is fine. Right, so that's option one. Option two, you can take your roller and place it underneath your knees. Right, like you're getting a massage. They place the bolster underneath your knees. Super good for your low back. So that's option two. The other option is one of my favorites. I love them all, but this one's really one of my favorites. If you have a blanket, you can keep it in your little roll. So we do this with the foam roller when we're warming up for lifts and all that kind of stuff, but this is our yoga version. So what you do is take your blanket, roll it up, and you're going to lie back over it. So your shoulders, the blanket's at the bottom tips of the shoulder blades, and then when you come to lie flat back, your shoulders are actually touching the mat back behind you. And you bring your arms out to a cactus. This is so good for my friends who sit at a computer all day, or drive a lot and we're hunched over. It's a very beautiful and effective opening for our chest posture. So pick a pose, any pose, and we'll rest here for about a minute and a half. Allow the eyes to close and take this time to repeat your affirmation, right? Maybe you're patient, or you're beautiful, you're strong, you're able to relax. I should say you are relaxed. Whatever it is, let this just repeat in your head and use it as it's kind of like a breath prayer. So as you inhale, you would say, I am. And then as you exhale, you would use your descriptive word, strong. So as you inhale, I am. And as you exhale, patient. And you can do that for the next couple of minutes, or just lie completely flat. I invite you to stay in Shavasana even after this video has ended, let this be your time to regroup your body, regroup your emotions, regroup your whole self. Use this as your time to restore. So you can stay here a little longer, or if your hour is up, we'll begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, stretch your arms and stretch the legs. If you're lying on top of a prop, I'll invite you to remove the prop and just come to lie flat back and just notice. Notice the subtle change or big change. And then begin to hug the knees into the chest one at a time. From here, we'll slowly come to roll over onto one side. And then make your way back up to a comfortable seated position. With your eyes closed, bring your hands to your heart center. And just know that whatever your affirmation was, it's already true. Right? You are strong. You are patient. You are beautiful. And may that stay with you as you go through the rest of your week. And what an awesome day it is to have yoga Wednesday. We get to just revisit what has already happened in the week and look forward to what's to come in the week. Thank yourself for your hard work, your breath, and showing up tonight. I appreciate you. I miss you. We'll take another full breath in. And as you exhale, bow your head to your very own heart. Thank you so much for tuning in with me again tonight. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Great job. Let me know how you liked class, and if you want something in particular for next week, just let me know. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye.